What's up, world? So today we're gonna do behind the song, actually. Of I feel like my nose looks huge, bro. But anyways, today we're gonna do a behind the song of one of these songs that I wrote. Something in my nose. All right. Yeah. Today we're gonna do a behind the song of one of the songs that I wrote recently, which is called "Be Enough Today." And just to give you a little behind the scenes of what this song is about, it's really about self-acceptance. You know what I'm saying? It's about knowing that tomorrow's worries are enough for tomorrow. Tomorrow's worries will come however tomorrow comes. We all experience tomorrow, right? In the same way. And so for you to worry about it is it's pointless. You know what I'm saying? It's meaningless because we all are just experiencing the same loop of life, the same loop of time, just like you. So, yeah, it's really about self-acceptance. All the worries that you have today, or even the worries that you have tomorrow, really just let them go and just let them be and just be enough for today. Worry about today. Just focus on today in the present moment. So that's what this song is about. So, yeah, so I open with a pre-chorus and it goes, loving under skies, clearer than my mind. Will they love me still tomorrow, even when the party's over? So pretty much there I'm saying, I'm kind of describing, like, I guess you could say a love scene of some kind. You could say that I'm with a partner, maybe. A lot of times when I write, I'm not, the idea of it is clear, but the concept can be more interpreted. Like the idea of it was to write something that described a thing that people constantly worry about oftentimes, which is, are they enough for love? You know what I'm saying? Are they enough for the person that they want? And so that's what the beginning of the pre-chorus kind of goes into, even when the party's over. That kind of dives a little bit into people who experience nightlife for this, in the sense of them feeling like that's the only place where they're accepted. People who go to parties, people who go and hang out at bars or whatever like that. A lot of people do it because it feels like they're the only place where they're accepted, And so that ending line kind of states, like, even when the party's over, like, will they still love me even after, we leave this place, or even after we go back home and the party's over. So, and then it goes into the second part of it, which is, it's many fears I have. For love, am I enough? Am I everything they hoped for? Will tomorrow things get better? So there I'm pretty much, I'm saying that I'm going back off the first part, which is again saying, like, will they still love me tomorrow, even after the party's over? And now I'm describing how, like, it's many fears I have, like I said, for love, am I enough? Am I everything they hoped for? Will tomorrow things get better? Right? So, so yeah, that second part just kind of piggybacks off the first part, just describing, the actual fears. For love, am I enough? Am I everything they hoped for? Will tomorrow things get better? Which, is definitely a thing I feel like a lot of us struggle with. I know I struggle with it for sure. Wondering if I'm enough for whoever it is that I'm interested in at the time. And just constantly wondering about whether or not, or what tomorrow will bring, or whether or not, we'll be able to stick it out and stick it through. Pause. Right? Pause. But yeah, so that's the pre-chorus. And then it goes into the chorus, which is, it's actually more kind of like a hook, but I'll call it a chorus, whatever. It goes, be enough today. Don't worry about tomorrow. It's going to come for us the same, so let your worries pass you by. Be enough today. Don't worry about tomorrow. It's going to come for us the same, so let your worries pass you by. Right? And the chorus is pretty much the main idea of the song, which is, when I'm writing, I try and make the chorus the main idea of the song. Right? I try and make it like the main idea of whatever topic I'm going off of, which in this topic, it was self-acceptance, for real. It was self-acceptance, anxiety, worries, stuff like that. So, yeah, so the chorus is the main idea, it's like, just be enough today. Don't worry about tomorrow, because it's going to come for us the same. So just let your worries pass you by. You can literally say it how it's meant to. When you say it, when you sing it, when you say it, it's exactly what the song is about. So yeah, before we get into the verse, I wrote this song. Okay, so I can't lie. I don't remember every part of me writing the song, but I do remember I was in the bathroom when I came up with the melody, right? I think I just got done using the bathroom or washing my hands or something. I'm not too sure. And I was listening to the song and I was humming different melodies. And that's when the melody of like, you know, the skies clearer than my mind, yeah. That's when that kind of came in there. I didn't have the words yet. And really the chorus came to me before the pre-chorus did. It was I did have Be Enough Today. I did have that. And that's when I kind of had that, I was like, okay. Then the rest of the chorus just kind of flowed. That's what I do kind of remember. I had the melody. It was like, be enough today. Don't worry about tomorrow. It's gonna come for us the same. So let your worries pass you by. Yeah, you know, like that. So I had the melody for the chorus. And then, yeah, the pre-chorus kind of followed through. And everything else, you know, the verses are usually easier to write than the chorus, because the chorus is a lot more about melody. But yeah, so yeah, let's get into verse 1. So it goes like, how do you know you're enough if you don't ever feel it? I never know if I'm enough. It makes it hard to love. Right? I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah, I'm pretty much saying there, like, how do you know you're enough if you don't ever feel like you're enough, you know? And yeah, I do struggle with, you know, me knowing if I'm enough or not. You know, it does make it hard to love. It makes it hard to fully accept the situation I'm in, because I'm always thinking as if I could be better. And I'm, in a way, projecting my own thoughts onto that person, thinking that they think I could be better too, you know, which is why it makes it hard to love. Next part is, and I'm 20 years old, but nothing in my life can show. But they can't say I'm a quitter if I never quit believing. Right? So pretty much there, I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm 20 years old and it feels like it's nothing in my life. Well, I'm not 20, actually. I'm 19, but I'm about to be 20. But it feels like either way, it feels like nothing in my life can show for it, you know? But the most important thing is they can't say I'm a quitter if I never quit believing, you know, and that's true. You know, sometimes you might give something up, or you might stop doing something for a little while. But as long as you never quit believing and you never quit the vision and you always keep the vision in mind, you know what I'm saying? You're not a quitter, you know? You're just rerouting, just doing stuff a little bit differently. Then it goes, and my worries come in peace, but only do me the most harm. Shallow breaths and tired eyes, I wonder if God hear my cries. I say the person in the mirror ain't enough for my own smile, but I'm learning how to love him. Think I'm starting to understand, right? So right there, I'm just saying, like, my worries, they come in peace. You know what I'm saying? My worries, they're just there to kind of remind me of what needs to be done, or of what I'm feeling, you know, what problems are ahead, right? You know, they come with good intentions, but they only do me the most harm, you know, because they constantly take over my mind. They constantly make things worse. You know, they make things worse. Nothing good comes from worrying. Worrying is just a bunch of wasted energy. So yeah, if you can, definitely avoid worrying and just focus on the action of whatever you're doing. Focus on acting instead of worrying, because worrying, it does nothing, which is definitely something I'm trying to learn, you know, myself. So yeah, and then the person in the mirror ain't enough for my smile, but I'm learning how to love them. Think I'm starting to understand. So there, I'm just saying that pretty vulnerable, actually, because, you know, sometimes I look in the mirror and I think, like even right now, I'm looking in this camera and it's like, dang, man, it's like, why is my nose so big? Which is partly because of the lighting, I feel like. But anyways, I'm just like, dang, man, like I'm looking in the mirror or in the camera and it's like I could look better. You know what I'm saying? Like I can feel better. But, you know, then I'm like, I say, I'm starting to love him. Think I'm starting to understand. Even though we're not the same, that don't mean I'm not enough. Even though she don't like me back, that don't mean I'm not enough. Even though my looks is different, that don't mean I'm not enough. Even though you wasn't chosen, that don't mean you're not enough. Right? Basically there, I'm just saying, like, whatever you think makes you not enough, whatever you think is the reason why you're not good enough or you're not right for this person or whatever it is, it doesn't make you not enough, you know? Whatever flaw you think you have that's holding you back or anything, it's not. it's who you are. You know, it's who you are. And you can either do your best to change it, or you can do your best to accept it, you know? But either way, you can never let nobody tell you that, you know, oh, just because you look this way, you're not good enough. Or, I mean, you know, look at me. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily talented in any sort of way, but I'm still taking on, you know, this dream of mine. You know, that's why I'm recording this video. So you never should and can let anybody tell you that you're not enough. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, one, it never hurt to try. And two, the only time anything, how can I word this? The only time anything generational is ever done is if it never was done before. Like, does that make sense? I feel like that didn't make sense. But what I'm trying to say is that the only way you can do something that's never been done before is if you take the chance and do it. It's that simple. Is if you take the chance, do what you can, and you do it. The only way history is made is if you first decide that history will be made. You know, Michael Jackson, he didn't, you know, he knew that. Well, actually, he's kind of a bad example. I'm gonna say, let me think. Let me think. Let me think of an example that, you know, wow, now my mind just drew a blank. I can't think of any people that would fit into this category. But yeah, you know what? Let's do Michael Jackson, right? Because a lot of people overlook this about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, at one point in his life, like before the Thriller and like during the Victory Tour, he was pretty much at ground zero. You know, he had to take a huge risk. He could either leave his family, you know, or stay with his family and just fade off into, you know, the distance or whatever. And he took the risk. You know, he left his family and look, he made history. I mean, Thriller's like, what, the best-selling album in history, you know? So, you know, he knew that it's never been done before. But the only way for it to be done is if he took the chance and tried to do it anyway. And so that truly is what matters. Whenever people say that you're not good enough or you can't do this or you can't do that, hey, skip them. You know what I'm saying? Skip them. You know, because who are you not to try just because they said that you couldn't? You know? So that's really what that's saying. I feel like I just went to a whole tangent, but anyways, I'm going to go on. Never giving up until the day I'm laid to rest. I don't know if I'll meet 25 exactly when I'm ready. I don't know if I'll find love before my life starts to feel steady. Still, I'm never giving up till the day I'm laid to rest. Right there, I'm pretty much saying that, you know, I'm never giving up, and I don't know if I'll, you know, meet 25 as in my age. If I'll meet 25 when I'm ready, you know, I don't know if I'll be ready to be 25. You know, I don't know if I'll find love before my life starts to feel steady. But it's just even with those worries, even with those thoughts in mind, you still have to just keep going anyway. You know, until the day you're laid to rest. Do it afraid, do it scared, do it nervous, do it happy. Just do it. You know, that's really the premise of the song. Let your worries go. Just do it. You know, just do whatever it is. Just be enough today. And then it goes into the chorus. Again, you know, be enough today. Don't worry about tomorrow. And it goes into the outro, which is technically the pre-chorus, but I made it an outro. Loving under skies, clearer than my mind. And then, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, my writing process, it's definitely getting better. You know, I would say it's getting better. I'm a way better writer now than I was back when I first started, when I was like 16, 15. You know, I'm a way better writer. Hold up. I promise you, like, my nose is not that big. Like, anyways. But yeah, so I'm a way better writer, I feel like, now than I was at 15, 16, which is around the time when I started writing songs. I was doing more poetry, and then it kind of transformed into songs. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the song. You know, some tips I would say for other songwriters is, if you start with your chorus and you have like the main idea of your song in your chorus, and you know, whatever creative way you're trying to convey it or explain it or whatever, that'll help you build out the rest of the song a lot more. That's just personally what I found. I know a lot of artists say, just start with your first line and just let your pen kind of carry you, which is true, you know. And and a lot of times when you have like writer's block or you don't know what to write about, that is what I do, and that is a lot of times what you should do. But when you approach a song with the feeling that you feel in your chest that you're trying to convey, or that feeling in your stomach that you're trying to convey, try and start with your chorus. That'll help out a lot, right? Try and write the main idea of the song into your chorus in a, you know, creative way or whatever. And once you get that, I promise you the rest of the song will flow a lot more easier, because you're just simply building right off top of that, you know? That's what, like, before I had my pre-chorus, I had my chorus, you know, and that's when my pre-chorus came in. I was like, oh, okay, so what am I trying to explain? You know, why do that? Why should I say be enough today? And that's when, you know, Loving Under Skies, all that came about. So yeah, man, so that's just pretty much my thoughts, my 2 cents on it. I really enjoyed writing the song. This was, in my opinion, one of my best songs. And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. You know, hopefully you all are doing well. Hopefully you all are doing great. And know that, you know, whatever you're going through, whatever dream you're trying to chase, you know, you will achieve it. And if hard times is knocking at your door, you know, try and invite them in. Tell them to come sit down and get comfy. You know, befriend your struggles, and they soon turn into your allies. So yeah, man, I'm sending peace and love, man. Sending peace and love. Thank you all.